I'm now joined by Father Jim Sullivan, Rector of the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception, and like Father McGivney, a native of Waterbury, Connecticut. Thank you for joining us, Father. It's great to see you.
Oh, it's great to be with you. Thank you so much.
Well, this is such a great thing to talk about, Father McGivney, and your story is just amazing. And the history of Father McGivney with your personal life, but also with your family in general, is pretty outstanding. So I wonder if you just take a minute, recount why Father McGivney means so much to your family, and then we'll talk about your vocation.
Well, I guess it goes back to my childhood days. I went to Providence College, Dominicans taught, and my uncle was one of the Dominican friars there. And my uncle and my mom, the whole family was born right near Father McGivney's house, essentially right across the river and, a little drive with a golf club, and you could have hit each other's houses. So at Providence College, when he was there, I was a freshman and joined the Knights of Columbus. My uncle, a number of years before that, in the early 1970s, he essentially resurrected a defunct council from 5 men to 550 men. It was just amazing. If you were at Providence College and you were a young man, you were essentially in the Knights of Columbus. So I just say from after those Providence College days, still stayed involved with the Knights. And well, the love grew over the years. I have a sister who's in the Sisters of Life, who has a great passion for Father McGivney. And I think the two of us just sort of grew together, along with my mom, my sister, my brothers. And here we are. Now I just pinching myself actually being the rector in his home parish in Waterbury, Connecticut. It's an amazing full circle.
Now, your mother and you would pray at the tomb of Father McGivney, of the McGivney family. When did that start? How did that develop?
That started many years ago. And I was just curious as to where he was born, where he was laid to rest, rather. And I had actually been there when I was 21, 22 years old. I was in Providence College just graduating. And in 1982, I had the privilege of serving the Mass of the movement of his body from Waterbury to New Haven, of myself and 6 other Providence College students, never realizing one day I would become a priest, never realizing one day I would be the pastor. So I think my mom, because she had a devotion and a love for Father McGivney, just felt the call to visit there frequently. And I had been doing it for about 25 years.
You have a rather remarkable vocation story. I wonder if you could just tell us, when did you know you were supposed to be a priest, or that the Lord was calling you to be a priest? And when did you say yes to that?
At 51 years old. Hard to believe. So my brother and I, spur of the moment, we were both graduated from Providence College, never thinking we would start a contracting business, and spur of the moment, we did. And I guess it slowly grew, and we did it for 25 years. My brother's still running the company, in fact. But after 25 years, it was always in the back of my mind. And I actually belonged to the parish in Thomaston at the time where Father McGivney died in Thomaston, and I bought a house up that way. And so my affection for him over the years just continued to grow. So I say my vocation, I think, is in many ways attributed to Father McGivney and my love for him over the years. And thank you, God, for this calling. I tell people I knew I would love being a priest, but I didn't know I would love it this much. But for those who are called, it really is a very beautiful calling, as it was for Father McGivney in his day.
As a priest, you've had some pretty neat experiences, 2 of which I just want to ask you about. We just saw a video earlier on the show about a pilgrimage that you led, and you were able to say Mass right there where Father McGivney would have said Mass, right near where he died and passed away. And you were at the Beatification Mass. So these are 2 moments. I just want to ask you, what was it like to be a part of those 2 events?
Well, yeah, I'm pinching myself. Both were amazing. But to be at the Beatification Mass, not only were we there, we were in the front row. And just before Father McGivney's beatification, I invited all the parishioners to write prayers. And we brought them bags of prayers hidden under our chasuble and alb, myself and Monsignor Bevins, who was the rector here for 24 years. So we carried all these prayers sort of against our heart, really, into the beatification. So that was one of the beautiful moments of my life, just to be there, as well as when his relics were taken from New Haven the months previous. And also the Mass in Thomaston at his burial place.
So what would it mean if by God's grace he's canonized coming up? What would that mean for you? I know it would mean a lot for me, but you're closer. What would it mean for you?
Well, I'm now over 60 years old, but somehow I'd learned how to do a cartwheel. it was, and along with the entire parish. There is a great love for Father McGivney here. What will it mean for Waterbury? What will it mean for beyond Waterbury? What will it mean for the Knights of Columbus, for the diocesan priesthood, for the American priest? God only knows where that will go. And so I think if he's canonized a saint, oh my goodness, I just have a feeling Waterbury, New Haven, Thomas, and all of us will just become a place where, let's call it, mini miracles will happen, maybe big ones too. But certainly there'll be, I think, a growth in the church. What's my understanding that Waterbury at one time was the most Catholic city in the United States per capita. Obviously, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, all these, Baltimore, all these cities were, of course, many more Catholics. But it was here in Waterbury I grew up thinking there was only one religion. There was so many churches. We had 10 grade schools. We had 4 high schools, all Catholic. And it was just an amazing center for faith. And I have a feeling it's going to happen again. And that hopefulness, I think we all have to live with that divine hope, supernatural virtue of confident expectation that there's going to be change and growth. We're made for that. And I have a feeling by Father McGivney's inspiration in this area and in this parish and beyond, I truly believe it's going to happen.